Hey everyone, we're looking at a Ninja blender here. This belongs to my nephew, and it's just not working. It's just totally dead in the water. So I've done some preliminary testing. I put the thing on top because there's some locks here that need to be engaged in order for the control panel to work. It has to be twisted and locked in place, so that's not the issue. It's just completely without power. So we know it's not the locks, so now we have to go inside and figure out, is there power getting from here into there? Could be a wire broke off, you never know. We'll test that and we'll work our way in. Now, as far as I'm considered, that's a dirty pool. You see these Phillips screwdrivers? Screws, I should say. Well, I got 4 of them taken out, but as you can see, is it right here? No, right over here. That's not a Phillip. That is a Chinese dirty pool. You have to have a special tool to get that open, and they have one over here. Right here, you see? So, fortunately, I do have a kit that I got, probably came from China, which has that tool. Other than that, it would be very difficult to get those 2 screws out and wouldn't be able to service it. Dirty pool, that's what I call that. So here it is. The tip to get the other 2 screws out. See, it's hollow inside, so it's a star, but it also has to be divoted because there's a little pin on the inside that'll keep you from putting a regular star in there. Okay, we have the bottom, actual physical bottom taken off, thanks to having that little special screw tip, I should say. It's a little bit of darkness going on here, some grease, I guess is what it is. So I think that's normal. I haven't smelt anything abnormal in here, but this is the actual main shaft that goes down. There's something loose here. Just seems to be a little setting of some sort, and I see something down here, which is just a little rubber grommet of sorts. So it must be something that goes right here. I'm thinking that probably belongs there, some sort of a cushion. I didn't see where it went, but there it is when you take off the top. I'll do a closer inspection. There's some four more screws here, and I guess that'll help the motor separate from the electronic components, that the touch pads. And here is the power coming in and the wires going down. So a little closer inspection with that, and we'll work our way in as best we can. And with closer inspection, this here is actually just a little grommet lock with the suction cups. There's 2 here, but there's 2 missing here. So there's probably 2 suction cups already gone off the bottom, and I'm looking for one more of these, probably that's inside somewhere. So scratch that idea. That's nothing serious. Back to disassembly. Oh, here we are with the bottom part removed now. So we have access to the circuit board here, right here, and the motor, the actual drive here, and so we're not seeing anything abnormal right now, but we've never had a very good look yet. Looking for something that's burnt, looking for fusing. So I'm going to be checking. The first thing I need to do, as I mentioned earlier, was going to check to make sure that this cord is making a good connection into the electrical of this unit. And then somewhere on this circuit board, or somewhere on the power line here, there may be a fuse. If we were lucky enough to find that, and if that would be blown, our journey would be over. We could just replace the fuse and reassemble. But so we just got to go a bit at a time now. We're going to check make sure the cord is getting power to the unit, and then we have to work our way in as best we can. Okay, so far the cords and everything is checking out as normal, and I was kind of interested in looking at these locks. This is where there's one lock here. I don't have much desk space here, but on the other side there's if I can turn this around gently here, you'll see right over here, this one right here is the other lock, and they are working. So they're triggering access to AC for the rest of the components here. I've got this circuit board removed. I don't see any fuses, which is really weird. Now, sometimes there's things built on the circuit board that are the actual fuse, but typically a fuse should be at the end of the line. However, if we can tilt this back, I don't have much room to work here, so I'm trying to get this in shot, which is going to be very difficult. We can see here, down right here on the bottom, below this plastic here is the hot wire coming in, the main wire coming in from the AC, and of course the common on the other side here. And so that's the live. I'm reading the circuit board here, but I'm going to scan this board again, but I just don't see no fuse per se. Now, was there a diode here somewhere that I need to track out and find and replace? You see here, that would make sense if there was a fuse right here. But I'm not sure that symbol, what that symbol means. But of course, this circuit board is built for different blenders, I would think. As you can see, there's an IC that's not here, and components that haven't been populated, obviously, for different blenders. So we're going to have another closer look, see if we can find something that resembles a fuse or a diode that would cause the power to stop before the circuit board, because there's nothing going on with the circuit board. And as you can see, all the touch components here for your different blending applications are all physical switches, so we're not concerned about any dirt or any buildup. It's either on or off, as you can see. Soft touch buttons. So okay, we're looking for why this is not getting power, technically. Let's see what we can find. Okay, I'm not finding anything with regard to a diode or anything that seems to be suspect here. I'm looking at the circuit board here, and as you can see, it's a lot of SMDs, you know, the surface mount parts, and you know, me and surface mount parts, we don't get along too well. Very small and hard to work with. So I'm really at a loss right now at this point to figure out why there's no power getting to this board, other than there's probably a component that failed. I am seeing this resistor here. I'm going to unsolder it and do a test on it and see if it's okay. But as far as I know, it's either a fuse or a diode would be the problem that I should be looking for now, why it's not getting power. So I'm sort of at a loss now, and this kind of discourages me looking at this component wise with the SMDs. So this might be the end of the video if I can't trace power. I am going to try an AC plug-in and see if I can source some power on this board somewhere in the early stages of the board or later, but I don't really like doing that because everything being loose, and you wouldn't want something, you know, to happen and destroy the unit altogether. But there are some test points over here. I noticed ground and power. It's hard to see because, like I say, it's hard to manipulate, but it's right in this area. The test points that I'm referring to, which is volts, DD, VDD, ground, and speed. So I'm thinking right here. Sort of at a loss, like I say. I'm not overly confident as to what could be gone wrong here, but again, the SMDs got me discouraged. I wish it was old school with a fuse, and then you could work your way in from that. So here we go. I'm going to do this off camera, give it a little power up and see if I can source some power somewhere along the line. Okay, I checked out the that resistor and seemed to be okay. I did do some more contact soldering, some places that I figured might be bad, but nothing looked really bad, to be honest with you. Everything seemed to be as normal, but I reflowed what I figured might help, and lo and behold, the thing is now powering up. Of course, it's not going to work because the jug is not in place. I'll unpower this for a second. and powered on. As you see, all the lights are lighting up, and everything seems to be working. Excuse the noise. And I'm not sure what this is. Anyway, it's working. I'm going to send this back to my nephew and put up this video. My apologies that I really don't know what it was, but I did reflow some of the contacts on this circuit board, and that's the only thing I really did physically, and checked the resistor, and the resistor was fine, and put it back in place. So there you have it, the Ninja Professional 1100 watt, I'm assuming, or maybe 1100 W, fixed. Thanks for watching.